Tensura What If? Silver Timeline by CBCTEBAS Chapter 17 Sparring with the Creator. In a different dimension from the cardinal world, two beings are currently fighting. In this dimension, there is no ground whatsoever. Gravity doesn't exist, like the only purpose of this dimension is for beings to test out their abilities. Which is indeed the reason for its creation. Shang. Swish cling boom 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 sword slashes that can cut mountains, magic attacks that can blow up large islands. All of these are being thrown around in this dimension. Argent was happy, his instincts as a demon is at its peak. Fighting the creator Star King. Veldanava has made his blood boil. Normally, he wouldn't fight beings he knew he couldn't beat, but that doesn't mean he doesn't want to fight them. He's not stupid, but he does love to fight. Nuclear cannon, Trinity, he shouted. Veldanava dodged the attack with minimal movement. Argent appeared behind him, and made a downward slash to his back. Veldanava blocked it with his sword without even looking. Argent stepped back several meters away, clicked his tongue and is recovering his exhausted stamina. "Well, are we done?" asked Veldanava. He is also enjoying the spar. Although, he is holding back and is only exerting force that Argent is able to exert himself. The limit was, only use similar amount of magicules as Argent. Sword skills are allowed. Only magics that Argent is capable of using. Strength, defense, and speed similar to Argent, no ultimate skills. Argent is basically fighting a being with similar ability and strength as him, but is immensely skilled with using it. In a way, this is training for the things Argent can do with his current magicule count. Great Flame Spear. Veldanava made a giant flame in a shape of a spear. Its size is 15 meters in length. "Hey, that's too much," complained Argent. "But you can use this, no?" replied Veldanava. Sure. If I waste 5% of all of my magicules," Argent rolled his eyes. The rules only stated that Veldanava could use the amount that Argent has. But that doesn't mean Veldanava can't recklessly use the magicules to make large magic attack. The spear was fired, the attack was going to Argent in which he slashed using his new sword Rakshasa. However, the spear that was spilt into exploded. This gave Veldanava the opening to get in front of Argent and take a vertical swing. Argent used his sword to block the attack and used the force to take hundreds of meters back. Thousands of black thread appeared in the palm of Argent. The threads went and wrapped itself on Veldanava. His entire body was covered in the black thread that not one piece of him is shown outside of the thread like a black cocoon. How about a taste of this then? Nihilistic vanish. The inside of the thread started producing deadly poisons that could melt flesh upon contact. The cocoon was filled with the poison that it started bloating and overflowing. That takes me back when Violet placed me in one of those. Argent looked distant looking back when he was turned into toxic waste by his fellow primordial in the name of teaching. Only for Veldanava to slashed out of the cocoon unschad. Guess that won't work. How about this then? Argent focuses his magicules into his palm, with the concentration of his magicules and activating certain magics. He was able to make an abyss core. Veldanava stopped in his tracks, cautiously watching Argent. Argent grinned at Veldanava's reaction. "I thought you told me you could only use nuclear cannon?" asked Veldanava as he looked at the abyss core. The abyss core can make different kinds of nuclear magic depending on how you handle it. I had one of my fellow primordial teach me about nuclear magic, even the ones she is having a hard time making," said Argent. The abyss core in Argent's hand started to be suppressed and compressed. What this compression meant was that a supergravity was created. To put it simply, one could say that he had created an artificial black hole. I don't have to be able to make a successful nuclear magic, gravity collapse. A localized supergravity force field was created after a star's magnetic field of gravity was disrupted. All those who fall under the limited super-compressed spaces zone of influence will be crushed. Argent set the magic to Veldanava. Veldanava was confused by what Argent said. Don't have to be successful? It appeared as though the gates of hell had been opened, causing a huge explosion, and there was a jet black pillar connecting the heavens and the earth. This wasn't the kind of magic that could be employed on a planet anymore. Additionally, the magic would run wild without adequate planning and management. The barrier limiting the area of effect was eliminated due to poor management. Both of them were being drawn into the enormous black hole that the magic had produced. Basically, a successful gravity collapse is in a specified area. In this case, the unsuccessful gravity collapse is a black hole that consumes everything, even the user. Veldanava looked at the black hole and then to Argent. "You're insane. And here you are calling me one. Ha ha ha, isn't this fun? Aren't you having fun?" Argent rushed to Veldanava while the two are being dragged by the black hole. "'Cause I'm having fun." Tisk. "Alright, if that's what you want." Veldanava traded blows with Argent as they slowly but surely continued to get closer to the black hole. "Argent, this is getting dangerous, so I'm ending it with this attack." Veldanava took a stance with his sword. "Alright, I'm ready." Argent also took a stance. "Here I go, Nova Thrust." Demonic Slash. The two used their sword technique on each other. Argent managed to give Veldanava a cut in his arm. Meanwhile, Veldanava opened up a hole in Argent's stomach. "Koo. Tisk. Guess I lose." Argent passed out. "Yeah, you did." Veldanava took Argent before he got sucked in the black hole. With the use of Covenant King Uriel Cosmic Chains, the chains then went to the black hole to encircle it and the black hole vanished. Veldanava, healing Argent while carrying him, went back to the Heavenly Star Palace where Lei was waiting. "Argent-sama, are you okay?" Lei rushed to Argent's side. She glared at Veldanava. "He's just passed out and exhausted. Let him rest in one of the rooms here," Veldanava said to the still angry Lei. "Sai, you can watch over him while he sleeps, you know." Lei turned beet red, carrying Argent, and left to one of the rooms, muttering to herself. Right, this is for Argent-sama. He needs rest. And I need to watch over him to make sure nothing bad happens to his body. That's right. I have an EXC, you know. I mean, that's why I'm guarding him." It only took a few hours for Argent to awaken from his slumber. Grown Argent sat down from the bed, holding his head with his right arm. Lei was in a chair beside the bed watching him and helped him sit down. "Thanks, no problem, Argent-sama." The two talked for several minutes after. "Anything interesting that happened since I was gone aside from the gate?" asked Argent. "You know, since I've been gone for how long? 400-something years? 418 years, 5 months, 1 week and 3 days, 15 hours and—" "Alright, stop. I get it. It's surprising that you know when I got revived." "That isn't true. These numbers are based on how long since our first encounter after your revival." "Well, there was that decade that I spent with John in the underworld, staying in the facility for couple of years. Surprisingly, I really got revived in an almost perfect 400-year interval." "So, is there anything that happened? After Argent-sama died, I realize how weak I am. That's why I trained for these 400 years to make sure that I'll be able to help Argent-sama. I even asked Veldanava-sama for guidance a few times. There's also that evil god that emerged from the earth," said Lei to Argent that was listening. "I heard from Twilight as well." "What's the deal with the evil god anyway?" asked Argent, recalling Twilight's word with how Veldanava split it to 3 brothers and one is locked up in here. "The evil god is the manifestation of the earth. It was not created by Veldanava nor Twilight. Similarly, Rimuru, the spirit queen, is also of similar birth. The evil god is the manifestation of destruction, and that is all its purpose. That's why Veldanava-sama intervened, before all life on the planet are destroyed. I also participated in the fight with the evil god. After that, peace came for a few years before one of the 3 brothers, who I even fought one-on-one with, the one called Fen, who stayed loyal to his destructive nature whilst having lost to Veldanava-sama. Unfortunately, I lose the battle. I did, however, gain a lot of experiences and can boast that I survive a battle with one of the split bodies of the evil god, who are second to true dragons in strength, for 30 whole minutes." Lei said proudly about herself. For some reason she even has an aura of praise me around her. "That's amazing, Lei," said Argent, while he didn't know the exact strength of the enemy. Being anywhere near true dragon level is strong in his book. He was even curious how he would fare in a fight with this Fen. "Are you two talking about Fen?" Veldanava went inside the room. Sat down on the other side of the bed from where Lei was. "More specifically the evil god, but yes, why?" said Argent, looking at Veldanava. "He is locked up in here, you know. I have him chained up with Gleipnir so he can't escape." "Want to see him?" replied Veldanava. "Nah, not interested if he can't fight. What about the other two brothers, where are they? You met them, the two guarding the tower are the other two. Degruel and Glassword are the names of the two. By the way, Glassword is the one with the sword. Argent recalled the two that he met guarding the tower. If Glassrod is the one with the sword, then the other one with the absurd amount of magicules is Degruel. I'll remember their names. So how are you feeling? Asked Veldanava. All better, thanks to your healing. I don't even feel anything, that shows we fought, replied Argent, assessing his body. Ha ha ha, well, I'll take the compliment. So about your goal of fighting Velgrand. Can I talk you out of it? Veldanava changed the subject, looking serious. Argent looked at Veldanava. Nah, it's impossible to talk me out of it. Why are you even planning to talk me out of it? Asked Argent. Well, I care about you and her. I don't really want to see you kill each other, even if one of you gets revived either way, Veldanava said gloomingly. Huh? Who said anything about killing each other? Said Argent, looking confused at Veldanava. Huh? Huh? The two looked at each other, both looking very confused by the other. Hold it, I'll ask clearly. You want revenge from Velgrand, right? Right. Because? She one-shotted me, so you want to defeat her? Huh? Argent looked at Veldanava, confused again. Sigh, look here, Veldanava. I may be arrogant and sometimes stupid, but I know when I'm weaker than someone. There's no way I could defeat her. Then why do you want to fight her? Because how I got defeated was humiliating. I want a rematch to show that if I was serious I could last longer. And she'll need to get serious to kill me. That's all I want for this revenge anyway, if you can call it that. Then you don't hate her for killing you? You're forgetting that I'm a demon. We kill each other every day, every hour, every minute. The strong survive and the weak get killed. If I die, it only means I'm weak. Nothing really to hold a grudge with. It's more of my pride that is the reason for this fight anyway. Then if you two do fight, it doesn't have to be a fight to the death? Sure, besides this body will be harder to destroy, so if it is a fight to the death we'll be in a stalemate. Why are you asking again? Veldanava grinned and looked to the door. The door opened and what appeared as a blue-haired woman. She walked in the room, ignoring the surprised stare from Argent. I was actually planning on forcing you two to make up, but this is good in its own way, Veldanava explained. Hey, Velgrand said to Argent. Don't act so surprised, it's not like I wanted to come, Big Brother forced me to. Yeah, I can see that, replied Argent, looking at the true dragon siblings. I heard you wanted a rematch, is that true? Velgrand asked. Yes, I wanted to prove that I could last longer if I wasn't caught off guard. Hey, says the guy who just got a power boost from Big Brother. Velgrand smirked. Well, no matter, think of it as a handicap for me. Let's see if you're worthy to cooperate with Demon. Wait, Argent shouted. What? Asked Velgrand, confused. What do you mean what? Let me rest first, I just finished sparring with your brother there. Argent pointed at Veldanava. Besides, I'm out of magicules. Oh, I can refill you right up if you want, replied Veldanava. Really? Alright then, just give me a few hours for my mental exhaustion and we'll fight, how about that? That's fine with me. You can have as much rest as you want, I'll still wipe the floor with you anyway. We'll see about that, replied Argent.